Hi, I am still Gary Goldsmith. Having a great memory is a really important asset. That's as a leader, a BD champion, a sales winner, and as well in life. Now let me explain how I see it, because a great memory is part of what got you to where you are today. A great memory is a relationship enhancer. It helps break down the barriers and fast track your journey from yet another supplier to that partner of choice. Sometimes simply just because you remember that your customer or your client was in Jamaica last month. Now I'm going to reference Elon Musk. He uses 3 mind tricks. Firstly, he deliberately forgets the unimportant, which is actually a skill all in itself. He links ideas with absurd images. So the more random the image, the better. And here's a fun experiment to kind of prove this. If I say, do not think of a green flamingo in an orange tutu, the first thing that your brain does is actually imagine it, which is weird, right? So use this Jedi mind trick and assign images to important things to remember. Now, number 3. Elon also ties important things to emotions. The way something makes you feel can often be the best way to remember things in infinite detail. The more random, the stronger the feeling, the better. Now, I learned this similarly from a guy called David Thomas, who's a memory champion, a world-class memory champion. He taught me and my teams the story method. So turning a dull list into a ridiculous journey, including a unicorn in a bathtub, your nan breakdancing in the kitchen, and a T-Rex struggling to brush his teeth. Your brain loves the absurd. It remembers what surprises it. Onomatopoeia helps, so using words like bang, clap, shh. Then there's the memory palace that I was first aware of after watching endless rooms of Sherlock Holmes. Pick a place in the place that you know infinitely. Put ideas in different rooms and walk through it in your mind when you need them. This is great for, again, detailed thinking and presentations. And here's the commercial truth of all of this. Exceptional memory wins business. Remembering the client's kids' names, their favourite wine, an exact phrase they used 3 years ago. It builds trust, makes conversations warmer, and makes the other side feel like you really get them. People buy from people who make them feel remembered. So I got a tickle in my throat. I push these skills hard in my businesses because remembering detail is gold, especially when trying to write new business. So names, faces, quirks, moments, they make people feel seen, and they make you impossible to forget yourself. Now, I'll admit I'm not Sheldon with a perfect recall, and one of my nicknames is definitely Gary Goldfish, but obviously I can't remember why. You can't always remember the smallest details, so sometimes I forget what I've had for breakfast, but I can remember something that happened 10 years ago. So the mentalist entrepreneur's version of this, imagine that there's a part of me that can download, index and replay complex ideas and sales stories years later. Now, I wish I had better control over the things that I do and don't remember, because consistency is all important. In a world of AI and instant reaching for ChatGPT, a great memory is becoming rare and actually is causing an issue. A lack of cerebral exercise is incredibly bad for all of us. There are so many reports about kids using ChatGPT far too much rather than learning things themselves, which means if you train your memory, you might just live longer, not just better. Now, if you're going to work on this, do pat yourself on the back, because you've already given yourself an unfair advantage. Memory is kind of everything in sales. I remember the times when I was back at Computer Futures and we used to have a memory off of first contractors, the fifth contractor, average margins, and what we were doing with customers and their career journeys. That's kind of just getting forgotten, but I think we need to bring it back to help people sell better and become better at everything that they do. That's me out, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers, bye.